We're back for round 2. In the last game, Laubox, Mithras and Eagle did some pretty damn good domination as the Commonwealth, but this time round, the teams have swapped. Now Feliny, BillieBurito and Seth the Mighty are on the Commonwealth, and we're still waiting for this damn game to load. Seth, buy a new computer! Just before this game, I grabbed a milkshake, and finally we're in the game. So I do not get a drink of that, and I'll just bash it down on my desk, which is probably making funny noises in the microphone. I'm sorry, but we are on the map, the Fields, which is a 5v5 map. It has these beautiful ridges of water on either side, a little village in the middle, and because there's only 3v3 players, you can see the flag points have slightly changed. You're probably not used to the flags being like this. It's in a kind of like a diamond shape. Anyway, we have Feliny on the left, BillieBurito, not the strongest of the Burrito family. He is a new player and we must welcome him wholeheartedly to Men of War. And finally, on the right, we have Seth the Mighty. Will they defeat their opponents this time round, now that they have the Commonwealth? Maybe there's something secret about the Commonwealth, maybe it's easier. Who knows? All I'm interested in is like lots of explosions and death and random stuff happening. It's all good things. We're having some pinging on the map there. Not sure if that's an indication of like BillieBurito, you should go here. Just a little helpful nudge saying that you should probably go to your designated area. Felony bringing up an additional machine gunner as well as an SMG infantry. Quick announcement, since I noticed people don't seem to watch all the parts, so I'll do it in part freaking one, is there is a Steam group and I will be posting an announcement, sometimes when a game's up, sometimes asking to see if I can get a game to record with some new faces on Anuki TV, because, it gets a little bit boring recording the same people over and over again, and you want to see what other people are up to if they do some strange things, and, just show the world all the glorious things you can do in Men of War. We have infantry combat on the right hand side. Seth's troops caught a little out in the open, but they're moving back. They're a good distance away not to be shot instantly and killed. He moves one guy out to grenade into the water. We're going to see a lovely water explosion there. Grabs one guy. Seth's opponent is Mithras, who's hanging out in this little valley here, as well as some sandbags already up. He's already got a machine gunner behind there. He's moving one guy round. Presumably some of his guys there died and he wants to make sure no one sneaks past, because Seth is quite notorious for sneaking, just one soldier past, eventually throws an AT grenade. Most commonly he gets a saboteur. And I always say it's saboteur. It should be saboteur, nonetheless. Not important how you pronounce stuff as long as you understand. The magic of language. Anyway, BillieBurito is fighting over this point against Laubox, who we saw earlier brought a motorcycle to the middle, so he went straight into the middle and planted a machine gunner there, I think. On the left-hand side, we have Screaming Eagle, who is going to die in the most horrible ways, and I'm looking forward to it. This guy is truly spectacular when it comes to being killed. But, he's a great player himself. He can do very well against even the strongest of opponents, but my favourite thing about him is he just dies in spectacular ways, and that's all there is to him. He definitely gives us some entertainment on Anuki TV. Anyway, he's going to be facing off against a very strong opponent today, Feliny, who we still don't know what gender is. Mysterious gender Feliny. That's a really bad nickname. I don't want to continue going with that. We got some BillieBurito deciding that these corpses aren't dead enough and they need to stay down, even though they're his, his own troops. Just make sure that they don't return to life as zombies, because that would be really bad. Felony keeping watch over this ridge. Surprisingly enough, no Germans in the area. Maybe Laubox, maybe Screaming Eagle. I'm not sure whose responsibility that is, but as long as someone does it, because now troops could infiltrate through that area, and maybe Felony has twitched onto that. Might see some sneaky stuff happening there later. Anyway, we've got a half track on the field, and Screaming Eagle needs to counter that in some way. Hopping over to the right hand side, it seems like Seth was trying to sneak a guy around that side, but Mithras knows what's going on. Laubox with a Puma on the field, Seth having to retreat his half track. One shot misses, so close. I think the half-track might get away, going to keep an eye on this. He's bringing up a machine gun as well, but that's not going to touch the Puma. The half-track does get away safely. That can make a good appearance later on as soon as that Puma has been dealt with. So far, Laubox for the German side has pretty much got vehicles. I've not seen much infantry from him, although I've not seen so much action in the middle. BillieBurito trying to keep safe, and we see this Puma now darting across to the opposite side of the map, making full use of that road. Remember, road gives you increased speed, and that's a good thing, especially if you want to dart around with these fast vehicles. Feliny trying to dart, well, not really dart, just crawl across that ridge. We get a half-track taken out. Great teamwork for the Germans. I think Eagle requested he needed a little support taking out that half-track, and Laubox came to the rescue. That's exactly what teamwork is meant to be like. We saw an AT rifle from Feliny there, just running back. Not going to get a shot off on the Puma though. But so far that was pretty damn awesome from the Germans. We've got a 2-2-2 on the field for Mithras, keeping an eye out on that far right hand side. No one currently controls this area. Being captured by the Germans. I had to zoom in to check on that because the flag's a little dark. The middle point is also neutral, so BillieBurito has been doing something right, although it appears to be captured by BillieBurito. So yeah, he is pretty much in the game right now. 2-2-2 charges from Mithras. SMG infantry behind the bush. He does throw a normal grenade into that MG emplacement in the zone, and then instantly gets out his AT and tosses it on the 2-2-2. So pretty good victory for Seth the Mighty there. His machine gun looks a little out of position. It doesn't seem like he's going to get much kills there. Feliny on the left hand side seems to be fortifying with sandbags. Generally has pretty good control, although if you check out on the map, even though this is the middle of the map, you know, it's one of 2 points on that left hand side, so it's pretty much even split between Screaming Eagle and Feliny right now, even though Feliny is in the center of the maps. It's just basically down to where the flag zones are. So Eagle brings up a 2-2-2 to this zone. We already have an AT rifle from Feliny firing away on the front armor. Doesn't look like it's getting penetration. That round is just constantly deflecting, as you can see, or at least I hope you can see. View in HD. Don't you dare view in like anything lower than the maximum resolution. Oh god. Eagle's backing up his 2-2-2 just a tinsy wincy bit and then pauses, and is going to redecide his actions. We've got a Puma running to the right hand side now to deal with this half track. Seth the Mighty thought he might have been safe from that Puma, or maybe just completely forgot about it, thought it had been dealt with. Puma keeps on missing, but it's going for it. It's moving up even more forward. It gets crew injured, and the light AT gun is plenty enough to take out a Puma. It's got some wonderful side shots. It's already disabled it. Honestly, I'd keep firing. Seth, keep firing. Destroy that thing. You ain't going to capture that, and you're just going to allow your enemy to repair it. But we'll have to see what happens later. This point is still neutral in the center. BillieBurito seeing a little light on forces. Back over to the left, we have Feliny with a Mark II Matilda entering the field, and it's already blasting away at infantry. Now, if we were to analyse this situation, the Puma's been destroyed, the 2-2-2's been destroyed. We've seen a fair amount of manpower be spent by the German forces. So right now, for Feliny, it would be a really great time to advance, knowing that those elements have been destroyed. Although we do have a Panzer IV on the field. It's over on the right hand side of the map. It would take some time to reposition all the way over to the left hand side. So for now, that Mark II Matilda is safe. Although we don't know what's behind the back lines. There could be something waiting for that Matilda. Always nice to play safe. We've got hull destroyed on the half track for Seth. Unfortunate, taken out by the Panzer IV. Seth is repositioning his AT gun to try and get a good side shot on that Panzer IV, which is a good idea because from the front it might not do so well, but from the side it could be fairly effective. Over on the left hand side we've got a half track lurking in the background, which is not going to scratch the paint off this Matilda. It's sitting in plain sight, which is just bad news. We've also got a flak Panzer, which is also not going to scrape the paint off this Matilda unless it gets really close and hits it from the side. It's just probably not the best thing to buy right now. And the Mark II Matilda comes out, fires one shot, damages the track and injures the crew, temporarily stunning it. It lines up a second shot and destroys the hull, and the Mark II Matilda is racking up its kills. It's firing straight for the building and hitting infantry. That's a nasty surprise for Screaming Eagle. BillieBurito playing it safe as well with an AT gun in the middle behind these trees. It's quite cloaked, it's in a pretty good position, it has a nice open field in front of it. We do see that Puma did get destroyed, it's flaming already, and the Mark II Matilda is happy days, I suppose. It's now got to face up against a Hetzer. Once again controlled by Laubox. Laubox going very vehicle tank heavy. The Matilda is just going to power down and hide behind this house though. As Anzacs, a special unit from the Commonwealth, for Feliny, are just spreading out, trying to hide behind the walls, get some sandbags up by the looks of it, and neutralize this zone, which they have successfully done. The Matilda moves around a bit more. I'm not sure if it's wanting to get a shot off. It does fire through the houses, but it does not penetrate the other house. Or at least I didn't see the round leave the other side of the second house. But anyway, Hetzer destroying that first house. I'm not sure if this is the general plan for it, is to just keep on destroying the houses. A Puma also moved in to try and get a side shot, and that's why the Matilda was repositioning its turret straight ahead of it. It takes care of the Puma though. This Matilda's just rocking. It also takes out the engine of the Hetzer. Feliny must be over the moon right now with the performance of this Matilda. Excellent direct control. We can see some of the crew members from the Hetzer running out in flames. Finally the hull is destroyed. It looks like the car on fire takes cover behind the broken flak Panzer. Just like, yeah, I'm on fire. It's fine. The Matilda takes out all those guys in one shot behind that wall. Holy freaking there. What the hell? The battle ends. It's now really quiet. Feliny moving up some of her guys to take that zone. What a victory there. The German team cannot be happy about that. There is engagements going on in the center. BillieBurito laying down all his guys just to the side of the road. He does take care of that assault squad though. He's not quite got guys into that zone. He needs to decap it. Moving them up in one big giant blob. That's absolutely fine. By blobbing up, you can avoid a lot of grenade damage. MG moving up now with a group of Anzacs. Also blobbed up Seth the Mighty. I don't expect this from you. Scatter those guys and bring your Churchill in to wreak havoc. Say hello to a second Hetzer, which is just flashing in and out of the fog of war. It immediately gets pinged on the map. I believe that Churchill does have the advantage in this engagement, so long as it actually hits. Both of the tanks are facing with their front armor to each other, so it's going to be difficult for them to penetrate that frontal armor. Seth the Mighty kind of moving his tank around a little bit. Not sure what he's trying to do by doing that. It does injure the crew for the third time on that Hetzer. Although whilst all this is going on, he's not moving any soldiers into that zone to cap it or even neutralize it. So maybe there's still some of Mithras' forces around that area. Mithras decides to retreat his Hetzer after being so badly injured. In the center, Laubox doing his usual half-track trickery, going right past the AT gun of BillieBurito. Already one guy firing onto that AT gun as it rotates round, takes a shot on the half-track. I'm not sure if it hit or not. It looks perfectly fine from here. Second time it misses. Laubox moving his infantry around the bushes. One guy coming in is going to chuck a grenade, maybe claim the AT gun for himself. He disequips his Panzer Shrek and guns down the troops on it. Now claims it for himself and it disappears into the fog of war. That's bad news for BillieBurito and the rest of his team. The Churchill fires on the Panzer IV and blows it up to smithereens. What a hell of an explosion that was.